echoes became colder. I never really knew that it was over, till the quiet and the echoes became colder. Took my love, then gave it back. It's yours to leave, but it won't keep me from this heart attack. And I'll try to carry on again, but I never really knew that it was over. told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. But you were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the I'm sick of fighting the things that you said. I don't wanna burn all our bridges ahead. I'm tired of going to bed when you left me on red just to turn up the noise in my head. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust, we can never have love. I was putting in the hours, I was. You were calling me a liar, 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 liar. Yeah, I've been putting in the hours, I was. And it's coming down to now and now and now and now and never. I was putting in the putting in the night has come, it's cold and losing my control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Stop this conversation. We got no relation. I have come, losing my control. The night has come, it's crazy. Control. Your light is gone, and lonely darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. rise now, with a heart full of thunder. Don't ask why or how. In the ruins of glory, find your ticket to ride. It's a roller coaster, baby. Buckle up for the ride. Get it, come get it if you think you can. Break through the noise like a madman. There's a fire burning deep in the night. Get it, come get it if you've got the night. Feel the ground shaking underneath, trying to take me alive. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime or place, watch 'em run away. I got no. I'll be standing on my own, never gonna take my throne. I got no rival, watch 'em run away. I got I got no rival. No rival. No rival. Tell me now, what you gonna do? We can do this face to face. The reckoning is coming real soon. Doesn't matter what you say. Try to tell you this is my moment. Can't take mine 'cause I own it. Don't you know that I'm locked and unloaded? You're out of focus. Get ready for the fallout. Can't stop me now. I got no rival. I'ma find my way through the blood and pain game of survival. Anytime.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Cobalt Esports Cash Cup, the 1v1 tournament on the docket. My name's Quanzek. I'm joined in the booth by the one, the only ZenZer0. How are you doing today?
Yo, I'm excited. My first time getting to cast, not only with you, but to get to cast for Cobalt. I couldn't be more ecstatic. And then the matchup, Forky and Nightya. I mean, gonna be an absolute banger. Two players that I know well. I'll say I know Nightya very well. I know Forky, met him, talked with him at Worlds and stuff. Great guy as well, but both super cracked. I'm excited all around, my friend.
It's been a long time coming, a very long day to get to the top 16 bracket, but we are here. Finally, we have our top 8 decided, at least in the upper side of things. And Forky and Nightya will be the premier matchup that we'll be showing, as you said, in the semis. Starting off with a best of 3, and both these players gonna want to duke it out. Two well-known players around the scene, ones that everybody here in the Cobalt community knows themselves, and should be plenty of action to see on the pitch as we'll get ready to go in game number 1. And Would you look at this? A Rocket League update with a decent looking map for the first time in a while here, Zen.
I love it. You read my mind. Would you look at this? Indeed, looking beautiful. But I mean, just as we were talking about with the Go production behind the scenes, Nick, we need to see a dark variant of this. But while I'm yapping, Naya getting right to action. 16 seconds in, he starts us off.
Naya wins the kickoff, and just good boost management here. Snatches up from Forky's challenge, and because of that luxury he had in his tank, able to take it over the top and open up scoring 1v1s in case this is your first tournament you've ever seen of this variety. They're not going to be your typical 3v3, you know, 2-1 scoreline at the end. Expect numerous goals. They'll be coming in a flurry as Forky hoping to equalize, going to the crossbar, and there's the ping for the first time on stream.
And I love that. Absolutely love it. I was running some customs beforehand and love to see it. Forky going to the air again here. Naya does find a big save, and that's going to be the big difference you're going to see. You know, obviously both these players well known in the one scene, but Naya going to play a little more safe, a little more grounded, and look for that one's meta as he's already attacking again. We'll look to play this into Forky's corner. No boost. Again, exactly what I'm talking about, Quanz. He's going to look to just batter him down, boost starve him, and kind of play that one's meta, and that's why Naya is so dangerous.
Yeah, it's definitely a nuanced game mode. There's not a whole lot that translates over from 3v3s into 1v1s, let alone duos either. There's so many more mind games. You have to be precious about the amount of boost you have in the tank. Bumps and demos are that much more higher quality. As Forky, good possession touch off the corner, better save by Naya, but that bump's just gonna open up the net. As I was saying it, how crucial bumps and demos can be. Forky showing you case in point why that's the reason.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we know that's what ones is, right? Kickoffs, mixing up those kickoffs, bumping, boost starving. We see it right here. 1-1, almost 9 or a little bit over 90 seconds. Excuse me. So after a super quick start from Naya, Forky has had a lot of possession, and you know, Quanz, I think Naya is the slight favorite in this, but again, not by a lot. And if Forky plays his game as he goes to the air again, early reset, conserving that boost nicely, looking for that air dribble bump ski, but Naya an early savior medal and a little bit of a whiff, but Forky didn't expect that.
Yeah, uncharacteristic, I think, for both of them. Naya had to double back, like, what did I just do? It was that level of respect you give to your opponents. You never expect that whiff to come through, but it means that Naya is still on the back foot. Forky trying to go for a delayed flick, but a good challenge by Naya will give him an open net on the opposite end.
And I'm not mad at the attempt from Forky here. Pops up, goes for that delayed flick, as you said, was threatening the classy flick pretty much at any moment. I think what he wanted to do was have that classy flick prepared in case Forky does not challenge, and just stay, or excuse me, in case Naya doesn't challenge. As we get a roll one off the kickoff. Okay, they do jump out. I was gonna say this is gonna be a long half a game here just watching, but that's actually hilarious here. Forky gonna be the winner out of that though, so he gets that goal right back.
Yeah, Forky has to break it, otherwise he's gonna, he has no choice but to concede game one. So I don't know how staunch, how avid of a Rule 1 defender you are. Maybe he broke the cardinal sin there, but he has no other teammates to come through and help him out. And there is part of me that's very concerned here in the caster booth, because we have had to fill a large chunk of time as Forky finds that save on the goal line, and Naya hits the other post.
I can't remember I seen as Naya threatening to reset the dunk back up by 1, but I did see a good solution to 1v1 rule 1s on Twitter, and it said basically just give a goal, break the rule 1, give a goal to whoever's in the lead, right? I guess if you're tied though, I don't know what you do, but if somebody is in the lead, like that situation right there, Naya gets a goal pretty much out of it. I would like to see that,
Yeah, it'd be a good adjustment where you're still respecting the most sacred role in Rocket League, but it's honorable, right? It's an honorable forfeiture in order to get you to start playing again. But these two players so far showing they're deadlocked as Forky takes a shot on. Naya gets the save, but doesn't have enough boost to get back and cover the far side of the post where Forky places his shot so well.
And I mean, that's another, I've seen a lot of Naya on the pitch, you know, especially 1v1. And that's a second or third mistake I've seen him make that is super, super rare. He made the nice save. He had the recovery, but he just post Malone slightly. That was enough for Forky to tie it up, as Forky going to snatch that mid. Turns around so quick. Naya already attacking. Good recovery from both, but Naya still playing his corner boost. 50 for Forky is going to allow him to flick that out. Little trip. Now he's got some boost for this defense. Naya taking his time, looking for the low 50. Will find it and should find a goal from this. He does.
Yeah, very well played. Good timing on the challenges by Naya all the way through. Lets this ball drop out in front of him so he can then take a delayed 50 and place that one into the top shelf. Calculated play ever since he entered Forky's half, and that's going to regain Naya the lead. What's more important here, though, for me, Zen, is for Knight to not concede a goal instantly. That's been the trading between these two players, one for Naya, one for Forky. So can Naya stand tall in the defense here? Forky to the air, flip reset, uses it, but that's a handy save for Naya. He does jump early, though, wins the 50, loses the boost, but does still have possession for the time being. That one to go from corner to corner.
And I'm very curious here, Quan, to see, you know, if Forky kind of, you know, later in the series, if he's down, if he abandons this high risk, high reward, as he finds another big bump. But honestly, it's tied up. He's sticking right with him. But it just, again, it's so high risk, high reward. He's going to the air almost every play, finding at least one reset, if not multiple. And we know just how, you know, how risky that can be in this 1v1 setting.
Yeah, no, it's, you have to be very disciplined, as you've just said, with those types of scenarios, because 1 second of bad positioning, or, you know, you're out of place and all of a sudden you're going to concede. That's a really good save by Forky, as I was talking. But Naya, how many times has he played Forky with that same idea? That's the second or third time he takes a delayed 50 and just comes out the better of it.
Telling you that, get used to watching that for the rest of the night, because that's the one's meta. Just go for those low 50s. And the reason they do that is because it's such a quick recovery, right? You're not flipping into it. You're not airborne with momentum. You're able to conserve the boost and stay grounded. And that's why it's a huge part of this one's meta. But every time Naya breaks them down, Forky immediately answers back.
There hasn't been, it's quite literally a pattern. There's no breaking of it at all. It's been Naya found the opener, and ever since then, Forky has been able to equalize every single step of the way. So Naya, just score with 0 seconds on the clock and you win, okay? You scored a bit too early here, Forky. He's gonna equalize in about 25 seconds, so we'll be right back at square one.
I mean, they're just essentially trading kickoffs right now, Quad. Naya got that first one, as you said, scored off of it. And since then, it's been pretty much kickoff simulator, right? Whoever wins it eventually scores. Now we got 33 seconds left. Naya, okay. He's going to break the curse here and get back-to-back kickoff dubs. Forky forced to play it back so he can grab that boost. Nice save off that back post. Naya, again, controlling Forky's boost so well. Though he is going to run out now, forced to run back to mid. Beautiful pinch, but too much sauce on that. That's going to be an open net for Forky.
Oh, Naya went for the highlight reel play, but that bounce off the corner goes so far in field that Naya can't get back to it. And Forky allowed to tap it in. And hey, what do you know? Who could have guessed, Zen? 6-6. Wow. 9 seconds left on the clock. Golden goal territory here off this kickoff. Potentially win by Forky. He's going to opt for the full boost while Naya grabs possession. Is Naya going to try to go the length of the pitch or just look to kill it? He'll drop it down. Forky tries to keep it up. Naya says no thanks. Keeping up himself, though, off the back of a demo. Flip to the back wall. Forky one touch, challenging the second. Naya, the patience here. Has this worked? The Forky own goals. No way.
He actually had to use Forky there, because we know if the ball touches the pitch, it's over right here, right? It's going into OT. So he throws it off Forky's car. I mean, unfortunate, right? Forky couldn't have did anything else. He needed to play the net in case Naya got a good look right there. So that's absolutely crazy. I mean, what a finish, but couldn't have been any tighter of a game there.
No, I mean, it's back and forth every single step of the way where it's trading blows. And Forky, I mean, I don't know if he's watching back that replay right now, but I think if he just cuts his car hard one direction, that hits the ground, and we're in OT right now. It never goes in off his car, but a good heads-up play by Nightya. He couldn't get the power behind it, but he did just enough to threaten Forky and make it think it was going in. If that's what is a preview of what's to come for our latter 2 games in the series, assuming Forky wins the second, I'm excited because that was as tight of a 1v1 as you could get.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, a perfect way to start, not only, for us, but the broadcast as a whole. Beautiful matchup. And of course, remember, the loser of this, not quite out yet. They can still fight their way through those lowers. And to be honest, I expect the loser of this series to do just that.
Yeah, no, these are 2 caliber players that realistically could be in the winners final, let alone the grand final. So I don't think their day is going to be over. If one of them drops to the lowers, they should be able to make a run here. But there's some talented individuals in this competition. This isn't done and dusted, the top 2, but it is a little treat that we get to see probably sooner than we should in the semifinal. But game number 1 over tonight, a reminder, it is a best of 3, so he's already on match point.
Yep, exactly. And, he would like to just lock this one in, knock it out. But the winner of this will face off with Cosmic. So it doesn't get easier from here. Going to be a very tough winners final. And then we have Nam and Nafi in the loser quarterfinal. But we have, AZAP still in contention, massive name there, as well as a Void. So still got some big names here, Quan.
Yep, no, that's should be. I'm really curious to see how things shake out, because I feel like with the majority of these matchups, it's really just, if you get 1 or 2 balls that bounce in your favor and you're able to get possession, that might be the general difference over the course of a 5-minute frame of Rocket League. That's just how close some of these players are that you could split a hair between them. But we have the remainder of this matchup to get through between Forky and Nightya, and just waiting to get game number 2 prepped here. If you had to make a guess, since the usual caster thing, I'm going to throw your way.
Sure.
Oh, we're all knowing. We know everything about this game. Who's going to come out the victor to face off against Cosmic in the winners final?
So, I mean, I think Nightya was the slight favorite regardless. So with him going up 1-0, I mean, I have to massively lean toward Nightya. But I'm going to take it a step further and say the winner of this next matchup, Nightya and Cosmic, or Forky and Cosmic, if he bounces back and wins back-to-back games, which he certainly can, I think the winner of that winners final goes through it, and they're going to take the grand final as well. I think with that much momentum, taking the dub, staying in the winners bracket the whole way through, that's going to lock it in for, again, whoever it ends up being, Cosmic, Nightya, or Forky.
Yep. The winner who makes it through to the grand finals will receive a game advantage. It won't be a full bracket reset in the WM style, and that will be a best of 5 for the first time today. So 1 game in the best of 5, that's way more impactful than 1 game in the best of 7. That is for sure. Technically, it's the same advantage, but much more of a drastic mental change that you need to fight and overcome. And there's the less room for error in the best of 5, especially when your opponent already has that 1 game under their belt.
And especially, as you said, it's almost splitting hairs at this level. So that 1 game in a best of 5 as opposed to a best of 7 can literally be the game changer. But we are getting into game number 2 here. A must win for Forky, Quan, if he wants to remain in this upper bracket.
Showed that he can win it, but that's not the way to start with the whiff off the sidewalls. A mandatory touch with the boost in his tank, and Nightya just gonna taunt him with it as it's just a slow roller. And who knows, every second counts, especially when you saw how that last game ended.
That's what I was going to say. He was having flashbacks, little PTSD of Forky tying it up in the final moments. So he said, anytime I can take off the clock. Okay, so we get a roll 1 off the kickoff in game 1. We're going to call this a roll 1 as well. Forky going to jump out of it and fake Nightya out of his boots. Left his cankles at the middle of the pitch. My goodness.
I didn't know Naya had cankles.
I always say cankles. Nothing against Naya. I always say cankles.
Naya, it's personal. But really good heads-up play by Forky. He almost acts like he's panicked and trying to drive that to the side, but stops on a dime, and Naya comes screaming across that screen, trying to get a piece of it. As Naya trying to re-garner the lead here, but Forky, good possession, and he loves these takes off of the sidewall. It's a lot of players opt for the ground play in 1v1, not Forky. Any sort of real shot attempt will be through the air.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, sometimes we'll see him with kind of the putback as the high flick. Oh, nice trip up right there. But sometimes, you know, we'll see him, his second or third attempt on the goal will be through the ground. But yeah, I have to agree. Almost every time his first attempt on net coming through the air. And again, that's just so risky, so dangerous. But I applaud him as Forky can come off the ceiling with the pre-jump. Conserves a lot of boost nicely here, but Naya again playing that boost game, forces Forky into a really tough save. Oh no, Athena right there, but Naya gonna be there for the easy cleanup. He was very grounded on this bump attempt from Forky here.
Yeah, very the benefits of 1v1 as that's a good point that you brought up. Forky, his only real play there is to bump him out of the way, but Naya is making contact with the ground as that bump is coming through, and so the friction from there, plus a little bit of tapping and power slide, means a good recovery for Naya as he has to retreat off this opening kickoff. Forky trying to dance with it here in the midfield, but a good challenge by Naya as he's hoping to maintain his lead. We know the pattern these two have settled into over the course of 5 and some change minutes. Rock League over 6.5 at this point as here comes Forky along the sidewall. Doesn't have the boost to go for his usual look at plays. I think he's trying to feign that he does have it. Naya has to respect it, but the flick doesn't make a ton of contact. Double bump the will, and it's an open net for Forky.
Great schoolyard bully ball here from Forky. Got the first bump, said, you know what? Wasn't even enough. Let me just kick him while he's down. Another big bump, send him across the middle of the pitch. Easy cleanup, and it's crazy, Quan. You just said it, but they're falling right off from last game. Naya scored first, Forky was the next to score, and we continue that right into game 2. It's as you said, splitting hairs here at this level.
Forky, good possession, early flick. He's trying to catch Naya off guard. That's a shot he hasn't looked for the entirety of game number 1 and into this one, and it works. That's the 1v1 mind games that we've talked about, right? He goes for the same shot over and over, or at least the same theory, the idea behind the shot. He switches up and flicks it on a dime, and Naya just wasn't prepared to react.
Yeah, I love that, and you absolutely read my mind as Forky finally gonna break the back and forth curse here with a big 50. No boost right there. It was very bold, but it works out in his favor. But yeah, I love to see the use his last goal where he uses that bounce dribble. In Naya's mind, he's already in the air dribbling off of that bounce dribble, right? I mean, and he just turns it into a grounded play, finally mixes it up a little bit, and it really was big brain of him because he found, you know, his first lead here in game number 2, and he actually picks up an insurance goal, which we know isn't quite the same as an insurance goal in 2s or 3s.
Yeah, no, you took the words right out of my mouth. That's what a shot there by Forky. Holds his flip for as long as possible off the ceiling. Right when Naya challenges, right when he leaves there, that's when the redirect's gonna come through, and Forky doesn't just have our first multi-goal lead of this entire series. It's up to 3 at this point. And yes, different story than 3s and 2s. This is something that's not like, oh, the game's over. No, Naya can come back easily. But it's worth noting that this is the first time it's happened this entire series.
Yeah, not only Forky's, you know, first lead of the series, but the first big lead of the series for anybody as Naya, again, just going to keep Forky very boost starved, finds the reset, uses it early, tries to find the 50. Oh my, runs into the post. What a save there from Forky, and Forky again playing so well. Naya playing from behind, looking for the demo. Forky had to dodge that. Going to give a little bit of space here to Naya, but Forky able to get back, conserving his boost so well. He does exhaust every bit of it here, but he knows he's going to be able to grab that corner, and the more you can burn this clock down, the better. As he gets a reset, big play over, finds the touch. Crazy angle on that double attempt, Quan, but he couldn't find it.
Oh, that one will find the mark, though. A quick little pop touch from the corner gets way more elevation than Naya was expecting, and Naya takes an angle of that ball where theoretically if Forky goes low, his wheels can still make contact with it, but Forky just a little bit too high, clears the hitbox of Naya's Octane. And this lead, while it's not insurmountable in ones by any means, it does continue to grow, and there's no tourniquet that Naya's found for the bleeding yet, especially if a fifth is going to fall through. Forky 7-2.
I mean, absolutely hemorrhaging now, and have to wonder, you know, 69 seconds left in the game. Where's Naya's brain right now? Does he lock in, or does he kind of use this last minute to say, okay, this is what I need to adjust? Let me kind of get it figured out, because I mean, this is tough. We said ones is different and the comeback is so much easier, but this is all Forky, man. He took that game one loss personal, but then he hands it right off to Naya. Okay, back within 4. Still going to be a tough task, though. Yeah,
no, comeback is definitely hard to come by, and yes, it's a good start here for Naya, but it's really just a gift from Forky. It's an unforced mechanical error that gives Naya the advantage here on the comeback to start with the goal. But my concern is, like, we haven't seen it between these two from Naya for the greater part of like 2 minutes. It's been all Forky. Can he get something going here? Zero boost, just had to take his best pop shot possible. Now has to retreat. Full tank in hand. Forky already in the air, though. Air dribble bump. No, stays behind the ball. Opting for a 50 is Naya over the top. He can't catch up with this one, but maybe neither can Forky. Off the corner, another good challenge. Forky wins it. Naya has to retreat. Psycho attempt! It's off his own ceiling. It should be a tap-in for Forky, but he ended up backing up. Forky now it's going to toy with it. It's obvious both these people have checked out the game number 2.
Yeah, they know this is, you know, essentially an FF happening here, but a lot of respect to them to not actually try it. Some players will just send the FF and back out, and obviously, you know, we're casting, we're producing, we don't want to see that. Might as well see them go for psychos, right? But yeah, I would say, Quan, the only kind of benefit of losing game 1 in a best of 3 is that if you do fight back and win game 2, now all of a sudden you're heading to Champions Field with all the momentum, with, you know, the win behind your back. So that's big for Forky. Huge win.
Can we call it Champions Field in a best of 3? Like, I know we're headed there. It's the series doesn't have the stakes though of like what the best of 5 or best of 7 would be. We've only seen 10 minutes of Rocket League, so
valid.
I mean, in spirit, I guess.
Right, and I'll say I agree with that a lot, because I also don't call it a sweep if you win the first 2 games of a best of 3. A lot of people do, and I say that's not a sweep, right? That's just 2 back-to-back wins. So I do kind of agree with that, but nonetheless, we find ourselves here, the eggs in the crowd, the champion banners hanging. The winner of this will move on to face Cosmic in that upper, the upper finals. So gonna be big. Winners final.
Yeah, winners final on the docket here. And yeah, his chance to sweep has been ruined, but on the flip side, Forky, a reverse sweep. Oh, wow. He's really had to fight hard for this comeback here. Good challenge, in and out save off his own net. Will be able to get him the opener. Forky's domination continues. Naya has to make some sort of change to not allow Forky to run with this momentum, because we saw how that win in game number 2.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, I talk about all the time, momentum. That's what this game, and in my opinion, all of esports and even traditional sports for that matter are all about momentum, right? So he's got to do something to kind of stifle that, and that's probably why we've seen the psycho attempt come out late game 2. If he would have hit that, he would have been really feeling himself as Forky off the ceiling, the mustard. Speaking of feeling himself, Quan, my goodness, that would have been disgusting.
Oh, the demo from Naya. That's one way to do it. Physicality coming through, especially to shut down Forky after what would have been a highlight reel play. Both players going for their own at this point, but they all count the same. Sometimes simple is better. Naya just going to forcibly remove Forky from the pitch, and then walk it into Forky's net, and that counts the same as the first one Forky found. Another attempt at rule one as Naya is intentionally parking himself in front of Forky. Will it pan out for a goal? Good save there on the opposite end by Forky.
I love that from Naya. He's going to do it again, just park himself in front of him, but now he's in a tough spot. Less than 20 boost on his own goal line. Forky with the fake into the carry, breaking ankles again, but Naya somehow standing strong, and I think he's going to line up an open net from this. Oh, I was going to say that would have hurt if you'd have missed that off the post, but he wrangles it in.
Yeah, that's one that we've seen a couple weird misses from Naya. That would be one that he might as well just hang up the sticks entirely, and we see his retirement tweet shortly after on Twitter. Had that gone wide. Forky now down, Naya 2 unanswered, and it seems like he's done a lot with so little boost this game. That one, I don't think he's going to find the save, though. With 0 boost in the tank, having to find a backwards double jump save. He got a piece of it, but not enough to keep it away from the goal line.
Yeah, speaking of retirement, Quan, if he would have caught that on his car and landed in front of the net with 90% of the ball, I would have retired. That would have been peak right there. It doesn't get better than that. But again, we're back the same way we started games 1 and 2. I know game 2 didn't finish that way, but back and forth to get started. Forky actually going to fake a dirty flick there. Naya forced to save that off his own inner post. Forky is going to snatch that mid boost. Oh, no, he doesn't. He actually gives it up to Naya, who, quick flick here, doesn't actually grab that corner. Quick turn, trying to catch Forky awkward. He knows he can control those corner boosts right now and just trying to make Forky get awkward. And Forky's really good at that on low boost on his goal line. He makes the saves, and it's something I've noticed when I was watching him play, you know, even not even in the 1v1s, but on his own stream. He uses the insides of the goal so well to land and then jump off of and wave dash. Sometimes even wave dashes onto the inside of his wall, jump off, wave dash again, and that's why he's so good with low boost right there. But Naya starting to circle right now.
He's been bumped into that full boost, but he cuts too soon. Forky, Naya assumed he was going to challenge, and Naya went for the dunk, but Forky fakes the challenge. Hits the brakes just beforehand, which means Naya slams that ball into the backboard, and despite the relentless pressure from Naya, Forky's the one that walks away with the goal. And I'll be honest here, I think it was just rushed from Naya. He worked so hard to get Forky down on 0 boost, and when he got full, everything was available at his disposal. But he turned and flicked one quickly on net that Forky dealt with easily, and that enabled the breakout. And now Forky obviously feeling confident with that flip reset into a dunk, and he's back to 2 on top.
Yeah, Forky absolutely in his bag. I mean, he played so well game 1 as well. It was a 0-second goal that one night, 7-6. But it's been all Forky pretty much since then. He goes for another big air dribble. This time going to find the reset. He's been going for those pancakes quite a bit. Will wave dash into that corner boost. A lot of room, saves his flip early. No reset. Looks for the plan B. This could be bad. Naya probably lines up another open net from this. He does.
That's crucial. Had Forky gotten one more, I mean, we've already talked about how easy multi-goal comebacks are in ones, but
yeah,
I don't have a ton of confidence instilled in me after that game too. I mean, Naya was in a similar position, just couldn't get anything going for himself. But that goal does cut the lead in half and keeps the door open to win this game number 3. The winner of this one goes on to the winner's final to face Cosmic, but Forky, he's just so versatile. There's so many flicks in this man's bag, and this one, probably the simplest of the group, but it's gonna work over the top of Naya.
Yeah, the versatility, well said. I mean, really mixing it up how he's scoring. And I was just gonna say, Naya, if he could have been the one to score next, found that 4-4, score line to tie it up, I think he would have been in a really good spot. But Forky just relentless. He's gonna have possession again. Gets the big reset early. Actually just gonna fake it, maybe wave dashed into that ball to add a little speed, but Naya not falling for it. Forky taking his time at the mid, will snatch that mid boost there, and that's gonna leave Naya a lot of room here for Forky. Oh, he tried to fake, I don't know, into a musty there, but taking a page out of Naya's book and just trying to make him awkward on the goal line. Another big 50, 6-3 Forky.
Man, Naya trying to make it happen, but he was on 0 boost for the greater part of 30 to 45 seconds there. Found a couple of decent challenges, but Forky always able to recover quicker, get back to the ball faster because he was sitting on that full tank of boost. That means Naya now down by 3. Comeback not out of the question, but we need a goal sooner rather than later. That's a good pop-up. Forky able to turn and react in time. Going to grab this full boost, so Naya has to retreat to his own corner. And the respect being shown by Naya, it hasn't worked. I think he needs to get more aggressive and challenge Forky sooner, because when he's been closer to his net, that allows Forky to sink in with the amount of mechanics that are in his arsenal. It'd be really hard to find a save, but a good boost steal there in the corner.
Yeah, but he still was just a bit too awkward and had to go all the way back to mid there. And that's burning time off the clock here, Quan. And right now the clock is the teammate of Forky. Nice low 50 in front of his own net. Forky immediately going to challenge again. And he's just been playing a little more seamless, it seems, in games 2 and 3. Now you have big opportunity, big flick right there. 27 seconds, certainly can find 2 goals here.
Yeah, scores with a bountiful amount of time on the clock, 4 ones. Usually in 3s, I generously give about 30 seconds to find a goal. And 1s, that's probably cut in half. I think you're around the 10 to 15 second mark. A couple good kickoff goals here, or kickoff looks. Not yet really awkward, though. Will get the ball into his own corner, then grab that full boost. But Forky just toying with him. He can burn time, never force this towards Naya's net, and still win. And now Naya, backed in his own half, has to use a ton of boost just to clear his own crossbar. But this clock going to continue to tick down, and Forky's done enough. Naya going to stop, leave a little bit early. Forky will get one for the road, as we'll see him once more as he books his ticket into the winner's final, where Cosmic has been waiting for him.
Yeah, we got Cosmic and Forky going to be a great matchup here. And in the lowers right now, I believe we'll see that. Yeah, so Naya is going to move all the way. No, actually, he'll be playing Nam. So that's what's going to be. Wiz actually taking down AZAP in the losers in the lower bracket. That's big right there. So we got Nafi and Wiz. Actually, Nafi already took that. So yeah, we got Nam and Naya about to play to see who's going to play against Nafi in that lower bracket.
Yep. So one of those two will meet the loser, which will be on stream after the winners final. But what we care about here, the winner of Forky and Cosmic booking their ticket into the grand finals. The loser will face the winner between Nafi and whoever comes out of the Naya and Nam matchup. So lots to play for here, lots still on the table, but what these players care about now is getting into the grand finals with a game advantage. You have time to quickly maybe use the restroom, grab a quick snack and or drink, but we will be right back after the short break for the grand finals. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It was a relatively short break, but we are here with the winners' final action. We just saw Forky on stream. We'll be seeing him again, but this time not against Naya. It's against Cosmic in the grand finals. Cosmic coming by way of the opposite side, where he has not dropped a game over the top of Kevin and Nafi.
That's tough. Both Nafi and, which I don't know if it's Nafi or Nafi, but yeah, Kevin, absolute dog. I mean, a beast in the 1v1s, but I think honestly, Cosmic, I would have to put as the favorite of the entire thing. So gonna be a tough for Forky, but we know he's in his bag right now. We know he has all kinds of momentum, so that's big for him.
Yeah, and we'll see how that transpires on the pitch here officially as we're in game one. Still a best of three. Cosmic gonna start things off with a heater, though. Races this down off of a strong kickoff win. Grabs the full boost and doesn't hesitate for anything. Instantly finds it, makes contact, puts that ball on the far side of the net. Forky couldn't respond at all. Just had to watch that sail in, and Cosmic, he's hungry to start.
Absolutely well said. Forky was just forced to be a spectator on that play. He is able to dodge that demo, grab both of his corner boosts here, and guess what? Right back to the air. Big reset. Early challenge from Cosmic, and Forky, the big fake. He has been snatching ankles all day.
Yeah, Forky just grabs the flip reset and then just hovers. Like, it's threatening the flip reset at any point in his fall, but he really just took his hands off the controller and it worked. Cosmic didn't have the correct read there, and for the first time we'll lose a kickoff look as now Forky trying to chip it around him. Can't wave dash on his recovery, instead does a near full 360 as he's to the air early. Happy to not give Cosmic any sort of space, and I do like that change coming out here versus the game he had against Naya. Was content to let Naya soak up a lot of open greenery. Forky won't be able to get back to that one, though. Helps that Cosmic got the bump, and Cosmic back in the lead.
Yeah, multiple bumps right there. Gets beat to the boost, so he bumps him out right there. And then at the end of the play, Forky had an opportunity to get back and save that, but he bumps him again right there, right back in the lead. 2-1. Kind of the same storyline we had with Naya and Forky last series, just kind of trading goals here to start. Forky, oh, Cosmic said, nah, Zen, quit your yapping. We're not following any type of storylines here. Right in the net. 3-1. 4 minutes left, though, so plenty of time for Forky.
Yeah, up to that point, it had been a similar story, but Cosmic looked so much more in control than either Forky or Naya did in our previous matchup. His kickoffs have been disciplined. It's clear what his idea is once he takes to the field initially, and he's been running away with these opportunities. That is an uncharacteristic whiff, but he does well to recover and send that ball careening across the goal line. Now here comes Forky on to Cosmic, postures perfectly to get that touch from Cosmic right back into Forky's car and right into the back of Cosmic's net.
Yeah, just big body Fennec time right there from Forky. Knew that if he just pretty much put his car sideways, which something that AZAP does a lot, speaking of which, he did drop in the lower, so I'm excited to see what happens down there as we get another little reminiscent of the Naya right there, just parking in front of his car. Forky looking to play the mind games. Cosmic will flip back, but it's going to give Forky a lot of room. Have to assume he's going to go to the air here. No. Plays the bounce dribble into a banger. Oh, my. Beautiful use of the half volley there to get some speed, but Cosmic saving it off his post. My goodness.
Had so much pace coming off it, and Forky's just going to concede so easily. On the opposite end, takes to the ceiling, and I don't know what the play was. It looked like he wanted to go for a pinch or something, but that ball just gets too far away from his car on the descent. Cosmic able to toss it in ever so softly for a 2-goal advantage now officially, as yet another kickoff win by Cosmic. He seems to be the better one time and time again on those kickoffs, and then cheats so far forward to grab Forky's corner boost, dips it, little nibble touch over the top of Forky, and that one then ends up in the back of Forky's net. That is a thing of beauty from Cosmic.
That was beautiful. Speak of the mind games. Speak of breaking ankles. Cosmic just slows it down right there. Easy open net. But speaking of easy open nets, Forky gonna get it right back, and already 8 goals here. I mean, we're still nearly 30 seconds away from the halfway mark. They have just been scoring non-stop to get started.
Yeah, only the second kickoff goal or kickoff win by Forky, and it leads to a kickoff goal, so that's something you like to see. Some of these, there's no real pleasantries involved, no highlights for us to talk about. It's just yapping about the kickoff goal, so have to factor in some skipping a couple of times. We'll take the time to relish in the ones that do deserve the replay spot, but not all goals are created equal. Here comes Forky along the sidewall, full boost, faking the flick, and man, this dude, you have to respect the mechanics, but when you do, he can pull out these fakes.
Yep. And I think what really got Cosmic, and this just shows the big brain on Forky's side, is he knew Cosmic was low boost right there. So once Cosmic goes airborne, he only has so many options, right? He can save his flip and try to flip into it last second, but that's really it. Forky knew that, throws in the fake right back off the kickoff, just like that. 3 goals erased. It's essentially 0-0 here with 2 minutes left.
And the education of that Forky has of not just his own boost total, but his opponents is what has really led him to get those last few goals. That one, again, Cosmic challenges in the corner, doesn't come away with any boost, and so Forky just immediately to the air where Cosmic can't get it, like your bigger brother holding something over your head as you're wiggling trying to get it. That ball in the air is just goes into the back of Cosmic's net. Here comes Forky, good flick. Won't be on target, but will burn a lot of precious boost out of Cosmic, but he does well to play it past Forky to buy himself some time. He's actually gonna, I thought he was gonna stay on that one, but I think wisely turns away and grabs that midfield boost, and now both players just going to regroup. Forky takes a shot, but Cosmic dealing to that to his own corner.
Forky using that ceiling again. He loves to challenge off the ceiling, and a time it perfect to grab his own corner boost. Looking to buy some time, utilizing that bounce dribble again. Early reset, beautiful. Oh my, what a play. Forky is looking his best I've ever seen him. And that's saying something because he's a super cracked player.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there. Forky looks on point, he looks poised, and that's now his 4th unanswered. Clock down to 90 seconds, and Cosmic kind of just left scratching his head as Forky might collect another kickoff goal. A pre-flip from Cosmic, gonna deny that, but it doesn't grab the corner boost. So both these players fighting on just a couple pennies in their tanks. Forky, good challenge. Cosmic retreating with the ball, but he lost track of Forky. I think he thought he had the time to ramp that up and go for a play, but Forky was on him instantly.
Yep, that's how it goes sometimes. Just the slightest mistake. I mean, I know I've said it 10 times, but as you said earlier, splitting hairs, that's a millisecond right there difference. And Cosmic takes possession. He's in a great spot, maybe ties it up, but just like that, he's down 2. Still over 60 seconds left to play. Cosmic, big possession for him here. Forky, another pre-jump. He's just reading Cosmic's mind, but oh no, the open net. That's diabolical miss right there.
Yeah, not great. It is one of the hardest mechanics to master as Cosmic gets an air dribble bump that goes off the crossbar. He will be back in time to sneak that one in, and off of that open net miss and Cosmic's mechanical play on the opposite end, we now have a game on our hands as Cosmic has stopped the slide. Forky ending at 5 goals unanswered. Now Cosmic working on his own comeback.
And that's the epitome of a 2-goal swing right there. Forky had the open net, bangs it wide. The ball's in the back of his nets moments later. That's tough. Very hard to bounce back from, but I think Forky's going to be fine. As we said, he's playing his best. Gets a nice reset there. I'm not sure that's the flip that he wanted. Cosmic gonna be up quick, but a big save from Forky. Can he survive for another 25 seconds here, Quan?
Cosmic really loves the pace on these plays. Every single offensive look, he's up instantly and going for it. There is no dilly-dallying or waiting or patience. It's pure sprint 24/7, and it's worked out a couple of times, but there's been multiple occasions where it's come back to bite him, and he needs one right now. It's just going, it's headed the wrong way. The ball still has a blue trail and Sin Cosmic's half, and Forky starting to ignore the ball and just bump off. Cosmic will get credit for that opener game 1, and I'll be honest, I think the quick-paced play from Cosmic played in his favor on a couple of goals, but it hurt him more than anything when Forky just got to roll it in for an open net on the back end.
Yeah, and you know, we kind of talked about it last series about Forky using the air so much, being so high risk, high reward. And I would kind of classify the, you know, just pure speed play style in ones the same way. Very high risk, very high reward. Either works out or you're getting scored on. Really no in between at this level. So I mean, we're kind of seeing the battle of very risky play styles here. And Forky going to take the dub in game 1. Again, I have to remind you, he went down 3 goals there near the midway mark.
Yeah, and I think we saw both tales of how that playstyle can both help and hurt Cosmic play down in one game. He got out to such a quick 5-2 lead and then instantly conceded 5 goals where it felt like he couldn't do anything because he was always throwing himself at the ball with little to no boost, and when he didn't win the challenge, it was just a tap and goal for Forky. But a blank slate here, and it's a game that Cosmic has to win if he wants to find his ticket into the grand final. On the opposite end of things, if he does lose, he's down into the lower side of the bracket where we are awaiting the result between Natya and Nawafi. Excuse me, Natya did win over the top of Nam, so the opposition waiting there. But as it stands through 45 seconds, it's been defensive showings for the first time in this series.
Yeah. And you already know it's cliche, but defense wins championships. Oh my, and the lack thereof gives them up. Forky just catching Cosmic in such a bad spot right there with low boost. Again, the brain of Forky. He knew that Cosmic didn't have much boost there. He ups the speed, cuts behind him. Good luck getting in the way of that.
Gotta be a frustrating concession by Cosmic. You have the possession for basically the entirety of the opening minute. You force a lot of saves out from Forky, but you can't find your way through. And the second Forky gets possession, he just goes and scores as he's going to remove Cosmic from the equation and make his lead 2.
He's big body. I mean, big brain. Look at this straight bully. And it doesn't surprise me one bit. I got to meet Forky at Worlds and talk to him for a good bit. He's an absolute unit of a man. I'm telling you, every bit of 6'5", gotta be at least 235, 240. Absolute beast. So it doesn't surprise me. So big body on the pitch, but maybe I'm yapping a little too much, getting it in his head a little bit. All right, let me uncaster curse him here. Forky is not the little guy.
Yeah, that's one that I'm sure Forky wants to have back. He basically swiped around at the ball like 3 or 4 times, but couldn't make any contact on his own goal line. And that is a gift. That's a privilege for Cosmic to have right now, because it felt like Forky was in the driving seat. But the door has been left open for Cosmic, but here he comes with this forward first mentality, just holding W if he wasn't on the controller here. Good challenge there. Going to bump off Forky to guarantee he gets the possession. Going to play that to the sidewall where he'll be waiting after grabbing that full boost. Cut up field, both players on full boost, and Forky just in the air faster. Reads Cosmic's play before Cosmic can, and then gives up possession on the tail end of it. Won't grab that full boost, and I like the vision from Forky, but the execution was not there at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Cosmic playing out of the corner. Had a threatening angle on net right there that forced Forky to respect. Cosmic trying to play keep away here. Forky, a little bit of a fake challenge. Will be able to gain possession maybe as he does somehow snatch that boost out of his corner. Cosmic very bold to stay here with no boost. I don't think Forky expected that, but a good recovery on his own backboard. Forky now going to stay with no boost on his own. Cosmic, nice save, beats him to the corner. Does Forky? Oh no. I think that's another one Forky wants back, but he is able to snag that mid. And we're just seeing both of these players just try to boost starve the other.
Yeah, I mean, that boost starve and bump them both, because that's what leads to goals more than anything in ones. And Cosmic showing why just now with the limited boost of them trying to starve each other, One bump was enough to completely remove Forky from the equation. And this is the lowest scoring game we've seen all day today. 4 goals through 3 minutes, and it feels like Forky was in the driving seat, but Cosmic has found their groove. The later this game's gone on, another difficult save collected here. Doesn't have enough boost or the momentum to get going the opposite way, but defense for the first time being showcased.
Yeah, as you said, I mean, it's very typical, especially at this level. The later the series goes, Cosmic, though, big beat, keeps his momentum. I thought he was going to miss that off the post there, but he does catch up to it. But yeah, very typical, as you know, at this level. The later the series gets, the later that the tourney gets, you're going to start seeing more and more defense. Maybe the nerves have something to play with it. They're going to, you know, play a little more passive, not necessarily passive, but a little safer, I should say. And that's certainly what we're seeing here as Cosmic. This is his first lead since being up 5-2 halfway through game 1 that he did end up losing.
Oh, that's such a good point to bring up, Zen, because that goes to show you how much Cosmic has worked for this.
Yeah.
How long it has been in the wait, and it's not one he's going to look to concede instantly. He knows the comeback potential that Forky has. 3 goals is not safe, as he's working in the corner now. Both players end up side by side, chipping the paint off of each other's side doors. Cosmic getting bumped off. Forky doesn't have enough boost, though, to turn this into something threatening, as now they're both going to chase each other back. Forky actually got that mid boost to spawn underneath him. Cosmic had to race back for the corner, but he wins the 50, then plays this towards Forky's net, who then stops underneath him just to twist him aside. The amount of gamesmanship happening between these two right now is Cosmic. I didn't think Forky was close enough for the flip reset, but Cosmic respected it. Covers the far side of the net and lets this just bounce by him. What?
Man, that's not the first time that we've seen that from Forky. I have to agree, the last time he did that, though, he was a lot closer to the ball, a lot more threatening. And yeah, Cosmic just gonna let that one slip through here. Back tied up, 30 seconds left. Forky, not much boost. Oh, beautiful little wave dash upward there. I want to see this in the replay. If Cosmic doesn't get back, he doesn't. What? Keep an eye on Forky's car here. What exact? Oh, the replay started half a second too late, but that, whatever that was brilliant.
Yeah, no, the good heads up play there. And I do agree with you. I wish we got to look at that in slow motion to dictate exactly how that started, but need to go back into the replay file for that one. Good, strong save by Cosmic, keeping himself in this game. Gonna ride Forky. Try to bump him out of the way as Forky grabs that corner boost, and that should shut down Cosmic's hopes for a comeback unless it's a coast-to-coast 0-second goal. He takes it to the air. Down to 20 boost, double tap. Forky there for the challenge, and that'll be enough to close things out. So Forky coming in off of a hard-fought series win over the top of Nightya, and Cosmic really coasting in. He was 4-0 in games, but ends up getting quote-unquote swept by Forky here in the winners final. So Cosmic gonna drop down to the losers, still awaiting the result of Nightya and Nawafi, as I'm sure the bracket will get pulled up here in a second. And on the opposite end of things, that'll be the grand finals booked for Forky as we see things play out here. Cosmic dropping down after losing 2 in a row to Forky, and man, we're almost to our podium once we get the result of Nightya and Nawafi.
Yeah, and I mean, I will never doubt Forky again. I said he was the slight underdog against Nightya, and again, I said the very slight underdog, very slight underdog. But against Cosmic, I thought he was a little bit more of an underdog, right? I kind of had Cosmic as the favorite of the entire thing, but yeah, Forky really showing me not to doubt him one bit. He is going to move forward to that grand final, and of course, that does come with that game advantage, which we said this isn't going to be a best of 7, it's a best of 5. So that game advantage, absolutely massive. Only question is, I know he was 1v1 in some cracked viewers on stream. Probably keeps that up, right? Because he's got to keep his hands warm, as he's going to have to wait an entire best of 3 to see who he's playing.
Yeah, no, there's now we get into the logistics of, do you want to come through the lower bracket?
Right.
Do you want to be warm?
Yep.
Do you want to sit in the uppers? This is the long conversation between is it better to finish through the uppers or the lowers? And it'll be a conversation that is as long as time. A quick update before we cut to break here. In the best of 3 between Naya and Nawafi, Nawafi won the first by a goal, 4-3. Naya won the second by a goal, 4-3. So, as deadlocked as those two can get, we will have the result of that series, of that game number 3, and who will be playing Cosmic on the other side of this break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Cobalt Esports 1v1 Cash Cup, and we have your result of that loser semi. It was hard fought, Zen. I covered it right before we went to break. One game over to Nightya, the other game over to Nullify, but you see on the bracket here, coming away with the victory in game 3 was Nullify. So it'll be Nullify versus Cosmic for our losers final, at who gets their shot at Forky awaiting for them in the grands.
Yeah, and gonna be tough, you know. As I told you during the break, I have got to cast Nullify a couple of times, and I want to say last time it was in a big ones tourney, and they really surprised me. I thought they were the massive underdog, and they end up winning a few times. So I think Nullify is just, I'm just lacking, right? I think that he's well known, I guess, in the ones, and is certainly an up and comer at the very least, but has his hands full here with Cosmic. Cosmic dropped into Forky. That was the only games he lost, as you said. So Cosmic playing very well today. It's going to be tough for Nullify.
Yeah, Nullify, the proverbial dark horse in this tournament, but it sounds like by Zen's testimony that should be somebody that has some more respect given to his name. Cosmic chipping over to the side wall is Nullify, hoping to earn that respect in this tournament, in this matchup. Gonna take his time with his dribble and opt to flick it far and just opt for the corner steal boost, but the entire play falls flat when he doesn't drive over that boost. And now Cosmic, if he can get past him, recover for the open net, he goes from one post to wide of the other, and somehow we're scoreless.
I can't say how much I love the crossbar and the post sound. It's just absolutely hilarious. And Nullify, beautiful recovery in the orange corner right there. And Cosmic didn't have very much boost, but to be honest, I don't think he expected, you know, too much danger that quickly, or he would have just full sent with his momentum and tried to challenge.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right about that. Just didn't think Nullify could get that quick turn and shot as fluidly as he did. And question for you here, Zen, do you think the crossbar ping ever gets annoying? Like, it's a novel thing for, like, today, but after, what, 2 weeks, do you think people are like, I'm sick of this?
Yeah, it's very tough to say, because, yeah, it's one of those things that is awesome right now, but as time goes on, yeah, people could very easily get used to it. I would say in like comp and stuff is Nullify, big beat open net here. I would say for like comps, tournaments, stuff like that, it certainly could get to be a bit much. But if you're just kind of playing casuals for fun, or you're doing viewer tournaments, something like that, I think that it has its place pretty much.
I do think it's a good addition for the broadcaster side of things. If we're like mid-tournament talking about what's going on, it's a clutch moment and all you hear is this ding sound ringing out in your ears. It goes to really put the exclamation point on what's going on. Is Cosmic collecting yet another clutch last-second save, but he hasn't been able to stop the onslaught. Is Nofai toying with his food here. Catches out a diving Cosmic not once, but twice. Has to go on either side of the frame of the net, but that's 3 on the board, and Cosmic doesn't have an answer.
Has not been able to find his footing in the least. I mean, I said it last time I was sleeping on Nofai. This time, I still was saying Cosmic was probably going to come out hot, but I also doubted Forky. I guess I just don't know ball at all. As Nofai, big reset, big double. Oh my.
Don't let Zen do any predictions for you in the future, or if he does make a prediction, just go opposite, and you'll be right every single time. As Nofai, a thing of beauty there for the 4th goal, continuing his dominance, not exiting Cosmic's half. He's had position off of nearly every kickoff in the first time. That won't be the case. Can Cosmic get anything back in his favor? What a good fake out there, taking a page out of Forky's book. Holds his flip, and instead of using it at the ball, just use it to double jump and get back down to that ball quicker, boosting towards the floor. Good goal to cut the lead down to 3.
Yeah, very much needed on Cosmic's side. He's been outshot 8-2 here in the first 2 minutes, and Nofai picking up right where they left off. There's the little doink off the crossbar, Cosmic. See, I wonder, do you think the doink should happen if it's saved off the crossbar? Is Nofai just going to recover? I mean, we talked about Cosmic being fast. Nofai is at another level of speed this game.
Yeah, I mean, Cosmic just a bit too greedy for boost there. Nofai has been speedier and quicker, but I think even if he takes his time on that turn, Cosmic doesn't get back. It's a very greedy boost grab there in the midfield, and I do think it should happen if a save is found and it hits one of the posts.
Okay.
The king should come out because it's the same effect, right? It's still going off the post.
True.
Even if the trail's different, that sound should still be happening in my mind.
Nah, I get it, but I know a lot of it's, from the Athena flick, which is like your shot or your flick going off the crossbar or your shot, but Cosmic, another big fake. And he's having to reach deep in his bag and actually, as you said, just let go of the controller, essentially, to score. I love when you said that earlier, because that's basically what happens right there. Just no buttons are pressed. Nofai on the back line, trying to predict what happened, reads it wrong. And remember, last series, Cosmic was up 5-2, right around the same mark, and all of a sudden, Cosmic right back in this game.
Yeah, it's a little reminiscing point you've just brought up there. A flashback to the series between Cosmic and Forky, and Cosmic understands the potential of what can happen down at the scoreline, and he's already on his way back, 5-3, and the door's open. How has he gone that boost there? Cosmic wrapping around almost like his car was elastic to find that boost. As here he comes again. It had the same fake mindset, but he goes too high on the follow-up, and Nofai gonna collect that one. Say thank you very much. Your comeback's gonna come to a halt here, 6-3.
Yeah, at least momentarily. And I like the play from Cosmic going back to what's working. Uses the fake, which again keeps himself in full control of his car, right? That's massive in ones. But tries to recover in a bit of a squishy save motion, I guess a backward squishy save motion, and just completely Post Malone's himself. But he's going to stay very aggressive off the kickoff here. Quick flick will make Nofai a bit awkward. Nofai did conserve boost well. Air dribble, bump, Old Faithful back within 2. Still over 90 seconds left. Plenty of time here in once.
Yeah, good. Old Faithful is the way to put it. This behind just a bump on the ground is the most gone to play in all of ones, and for good reason. There is no backup once you remove the final defender, get them out of the way of hitting the ball. So Cosmic definitely in striking distance and plenty of time on the clock to do so. And I will say, I think he has a guaranteed goal in the back of his pocket as he jumps early here. Nofai recognizes that, cuts it so wide to make sure Cosmic doesn't make any sort of contact. and he's there for the tap in. I'll throw it to you briefly here, Zen. I just want to finish my point of Cosmic, I think, is sitting on a goal. He's gone for the same fake setup multiple times.
Yeah.
The next time he gets a look, just setting it early like we saw Forky do against Naya in our first series, it's going to go into the back of the net.
Yeah, great callback right there. As you said, it goes right back to the big bump right there. But I want to rewind to go, Nafi epitomizes breaking Cankles. That was disgusting, but Cosmic not letting him phase him one bit kind of shows him, hey, every goal, you said earlier, every goal is not created equally, but they all count as one. And in ones, this 2-goal lead, not safe, especially with that demo there from Cosmic.
It opens up a lot of space. He has the full boost in the tank as well. There's the flip reset. Does he fake again? He goes for a delayed wave dash pop off the ground, but hits the crossbar, ends up coming back out as now he's rolling over the top of Nafi on his way back to the net. Parks himself trying to read the flick. They're both on negligible boost totals right now, trying to do what they can with as little in the tank. Pure zeros across the board, but Cosmic does have control of the ball as he's still operating after Nafi grabbed that full boost. A couple of bumps, a little love tap kiss saying, get out of my way. I'm going to score this goal. And every time you think about inching your way back, I'm going to shut the doors and find one to get up by 3 again.
And a beautiful use of that trip up right there. And it's something that we've seen a lot from Naya, Forky, Cosmic, and now Nafi. And actually, we have Enzo in the chat, so we can actually clarify. Let us know, Enzo, is it Nafi or Nafi? Because we don't know, but Cosmic, again, right off the kickoff, back within 2. He needs to change up the script here, though, Quan. He cannot let Nafi win this next kickoff. He needs to go into control, get a quick goal.
100%. You're right about that. Cosmic showing heart and perseverance to stay in this one, but he needs a couple more and needs to not concede. Early flick. He's done it. There it is. Recovery off the kickoff. Knows Nafi's on the exact same boost total he is. It's an early booming flick to find the open space. And now, I mean, technically, there's still time to concede. You don't want to, obviously, but he scored no way. Off the kickoff, is just going to go in. He's trying to bump Nafi out of the way, but he does well. Jumps high to avoid the bump and get the ball. That whiff from Cosmic on the bump should have been a goal, but Nafi spins out. And now they're just chasing each other across the pitch. Cosmic has to get possession and go the length. He won't do so. Nafi just going to go for the tap in, and that will do it for game number 1.
And that's GG's right there for sure. And okay, so we see it in chat. It is Nafi. Okay. So it is Fee, not Fi. So I've been wrong the whole time, but that's all right. It's something that I'm used to. You know what I mean? But caster blessings there at the end for Cosmic. I mean, we almost willed that comeback into existence, but 14-15. That's crazy. I want to bring you back about halfway mark. Cosmic was being outshot 8-2. So since that moment, he outshot him 13-6. So I'm very curious, if Nafi is able to take this momentum from the win and have a hot start for game 2, or if Cosmic is going to be able to kind of emulate the second half of that game, which certainly was his despite losing.
You've brought up multiple times that momentum is a huge factor. Yeah. Theoretically, the person who should have momentum right now, despite the game loss, is Cosmic. And he has to have it, or he has to play a good game too, regardless of the momentum, because tournament life officially on the line, this best of 3 in the lower side of the bracket. That's a good start for Cosmic, a strong kickoff win that leads to him rolling in the ball for the opener.
Yeah, beautiful use. You're starting to see it quite a bit at this level. Nice wave dash kickoff. I mean, honestly think it's the meta kickoff when it comes to ones. Obviously, there's a lot of people in chat that know more than me, but Cosmic gonna go back to it. Oh my, 2-0 start. If he didn't have the momentum, if he didn't have the win in his cells, he certainly does now.
This is such a nuanced thing in ones, but the people who are elite at ones are going to do it at the best level time and time again. Cosmic is not slow to these kickoffs. He's intentionally delaying them by fractions of a second, so that by the time Nafi gets there first, Cosmic is instantly there for the 50. He staggered ever so slightly back, but what that means is he's always going to win a kickoff where Nafi goes for one in a standard fashion. And that's what gave him the 2 kickoff goals. I want you to pay attention on the next kickoff. It's going to happen. Here comes Cosmic off the sidewall. Flip reset, going for a second, can't connect. Just going to opt to bail out for a plan B and get a pinch over to the side, but now has to address things defensively as Nafi going for things on a low 50. Won't be able to win, and then Cosmic booming flick to clear things out from his own half.
Oh, good recovery after that bump from Cosmic. I don't think Nafi expected him to be able to recover quite like that. And oh my, I don't know if that's quite a 2-goal swing, but very close. Nafi was right on the goal line, played it as perfect as he could, but all of a sudden, 8 seconds later, it's in the back of his net. Tough start here. We might just, actually, I'm not even gonna say it. I know I'm a caster curse it, so we just move on. Cosmic still in control here, no boost. We've seen him stay with no boost quite a bit, and this time it might come back to bite him. It will.
That is a beautiful challenge there by Nafi. I mean, just times the backup flick. I don't know what Cosmic's camera settings are, but there's a world where he didn't see him behind the Cobalt Esports ball that he was dribbling on his hood. It's a good little catching him off guard, and I'm just realizing now here, Zen, before that goal, we were in the exact same scoreline, but inverse.
Yeah,
of Cosmic being up 3-0.
Oh, but Nafi not gonna let him go up 5-2. Like he did in game 1. This is important here. He's answering back early. That way he's not forced to do what Cosmic was forced to do in game 1, and that's, fight, kick, scratch, claw, bite, anything he can do to get his way back into the game with seconds left. He's doing it here with plenty of time on the clock.
Here comes Nafi operating out of his own corner. Does have more boost than Cosmic, but Cosmic has wholehearted possession of this ball, and now both players just trying to wait and fake out their opposition. Cosmic towards the back wall. Here comes Nafi. Good cut. Trying to play it around Cosmic. Cosmic just going to do what he can to interfere with 0 boost in his tank. He grabbed that full. So now he can challenge. That's a mistouch by Nafi as my co-caster letting out the concern. Nafi, yet another save. He's done well defensively. He might have opened up the gates for himself on the other end. Cosmic tried to go for a demo in the corner and pulled himself so far out of position.
And I always say, a very kind of overlooked mechanic of the game, or mechanics, I should say, are the recoveries. In my opinion, that's what kind of separates the next rank from the prior rank, and what really separates the bubble pros and the pros from regular players. And Nafi just really putting on display there. Unreal car control, unreal recovery mechanics. I don't think Cosmic quite expected it, and now Nafi, big opportunity, exhausting every bit of boost. Oh, a low air dribble bump just like that. That's 4 in a row, right?
Yep, the 4 unanswered for Nafi, and that might be the funniest looking air dribble bump I've ever seen, but it works out. He has no boost in the tank, so he just takes 1 jump, uses the boost to get in front of the ball, and uses the 2nd jump, because that's how low he is to the ground, that he hasn't lost his flip yet. He used the 2nd one to guarantee the bump on the rising Cosmic, and you said it, 4 unanswered. Cosmic trying to get things going. Nafi, a fluttering save. He's spinning out of control, but still keeps his wits about him to find another one, and Cosmic denied once more. Nafi, he has 5 unanswered now, and it's not just the offense that looks good, the defense looks perfect.
And I'll tell you, we rewind about 10 seconds there. Cosmic missed the corner boost still. That's what forced him to just, put a real quick flick on. And it was a valid attempt, but if he would have had that boost, he would have had so many more options. And the problem is Nafi recognized, he saw that he missed that boost. He knew he was going to be low, so he knew what to expect. But Nafi, a lot of boost here. No flip reset. Just going to try to air dribble that one straight in. Cosmic will pick up a save and a savior medal as well, as they're tied up right now, 8-8 on the shooting. Nafi just up 4-3. This is a crazy attempt. It's going to be an open net for Cosmic.
Yep, no, Nafi unfortunately will concede for the first time in a while. And Cosmic able to cash in on what he has given Nafi a couple of times at this point. losing or trying to get overzealous on the offensive attack, and that coming back to bite you. High efficiency plays are the name of the game in ones. The second you don't capitalize on something riskier like that, it's most likely a goal. You don't have a teammate back to help you out. Nafi, good dribble around Cosmic, and this one's still lofting dangerously in front of the net. Cosmic does eventually play it out and then gets a good chip touch on the top. Nafi, has he got that in? Just barely. The scoreline all tied up now, Zen, 5-5.
Absolutely unreal. Talking about recoveries, Cosmic putting them on display there. I mean, really both players putting their recoveries on display, but Cosmic just slightly ahead. And those back-to-back goals, not only do they tie it up, those are the first non-kickoff goals from Cosmic. He went, oh my, speaking of kickoff goals, speak of the devil, Nafi right back in the lead. That's got to be demoralizing, Quan.
I mean, yeah, they all count the same. They don't ask how, they really ask how many at the end of the day. And despite the fabulous goals we've seen, a kickoff goal is gonna matter to the exact same degree, and having that be the thing that is immediately answered to your goal by Cosmic when you just equaled up the scoreline, it does feel bad. Maybe he can get back here. A weird sequence there where Nafi spent spiraling out of control in midair off a challenge where I think he just got launched up from the ball. And Cosmic says, thank you very much. I needed that after being demoralized, as you said it, Zen, following that kickoff.
Yeah, and Na just came off the wall. Super, super awkward right there. He tried to recover midair, but Cosmic recognized it early, knew that he was going to be in a very favorable position. Cosmic does get dunked, but it's going to lead to a little bit of possession for him, though. Uses that drift nicely on the sidewall, trying to draw Nafi, and Nafi not really falling for it. Cosmic going to conserve boost here. Just look to make his opponent awkward on the goal line. He does just that, but he can't squeak it in. It's off the crossbar and out. 30 seconds. Starting to get the feeling that the next goal might just decide this game.
Cosmic trying to be the one to score it. Oh, Nafi. Good pre-jump. Tries to suck up as much of it as possible, and he actually has still a sizable amount of boost in the tank to handle this defensively. I don't think Cosmic is expecting Nafi to have the boost. He does. He uses it to catch up to this ball and make sure he gets possession. Just going to loft it to the corner and then take that time while that ball is in the air to grab the full boost. Good chip up by Cosmic. He leaves way of that mid boost in order to keep possession of the ball, as now Nafi trying to get back to it, and it's OT for the first time today. 6-6. Cosmic's tournament life still on the line.
Oh my, and I mean, now there's no doubt the next goal will define it, but I just want to go back. Nafi's defense absolutely impregnable for the final 30 seconds there. I thought Cosmic surely was going to score. Nafi looking to fake his way to glory. Uh-oh, got Cosmic in a super compromised position, and he'll find the back of the net. He's moving on to face Forky.
I'm just going to sit in silence for a bit here, because that goal
in awe
was so good, genuinely. Nafi fakes the first one, pulls Cosmic out of position to find the initial challenge, but because he was so haphazard on that challenge, Nafi able to immediately get possession, and Cosmic caught in like the smallest no man's land I've ever seen in Rocket League, where if he goes, he's late. If he covers the net, he's late. And able to slot in was Nafi. So Cosmic won't be able to get his rematch against Forky in the grand finals. Nafi instead finding his way back to force Cosmic to have yet another sweep here in the losers finals. And hey, he's played well. It's a lower bracket run after losing. I just realized it's actually revenge. Cosmic beat Nafi on the upper side. We can look at it right here.
I like that. Great catch right there. That's massive. And I got to say, I mean, number one, I had to give my formal apologies and respects not only to Forky, but to Nafi as well. And nobody I've predicted has won tonight, so I'm going to leave all the predictions to you for the grand final. But
man, I was going to ask you if you had one.
No, I don't. I'm wrong. So I'm cursing whoever I go for. So no predictions for me.
All right. Well, better safe than sorry. That'll be the case. You can hear my thoughts and see the action on the other side of the break. It's our grand finals. Nafi versus Forky. Don't go anywhere.
like ice, tracing all my scars. Why is it hurt on the inside? It's unforgivable, but I forgive you every time. Hard to let it go, 'cause we're intertwined. I break you, you break me, but something about it makes us so.
Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is what everything has culminated to. It is the grand finals. Both of these players are already in the green. They have a paycheck coming their way. It's $150 to first, $100 to second. So they're very happy that they're getting rewarded for their time here, Zen. But not only is it bragging rights, but some extra green in your pocket following the best of 5 we have coming up between Forky and Nafi.
And I'd have to say, you know, at this level, I think the bragging rights might be the bigger victory, you know, the bigger prize to these players. They didn't fight all this way just to come in second. And, you know, I want to go back to what you said earlier. The big question here is, what's worse, dropping to those losers, having to play a little more, have that fatigue going against you, or, you know, being Forky and just waiting that last 20 minutes on ice? But again, he does have that game advantage, only a best of 5. So if Nafi does come out with a big dub, I mean, he might just do that off that mustard right there. It's essentially going to be a best of 3.
Yeah, I don't know what Forky was doing during this break. I wasn't tuned into him at all, but if it wasn't warming up, maybe he's beginning to rethink his thoughts after Nafi is coming out to set the tone. Winning this kickoff and getting full boost. Forky has to retreat, grab his corner. Nafi! The mind game's gonna come through. He just scored with a fabulous musty. He fakes this one and goes underneath Forky.
What a beast. Comes out with the beautiful mustard, then comes out, fakes the mustard. Oh my, what a start. 21 seconds in, but lucky for Forky, well, unlucky for Forky, that's straight in the back of his net off the kickoff, 3-0. But lucky for him, we are out of the best of 3s here, and he has that game advantage. So at least, let's say, as he said, if he drops this, it becomes a best of 3, and he's essentially warmed up, ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, he has that you get out of jail free card that he's earned in his back pocket. But on the flip side, you don't want to burn it this early. If you win this game, you're immediately set up on match point, and Nafi has to reverse sweep in order to win. That's how strong the game advantage is in the best of 5. Forky has at least answered, looking more like himself. He's gonna caulk up his net after a flood has seemingly been let in and get one of his own. So cutting the lead down to 2, and all of this has happened in the span of 36 seconds, and we're nowhere close to the end of this game.
Not even close. Oh, beautiful bump from Forky. We've been seeing it all night long. Gets the beat at the mid as well. Nafi will get back in time, though. This one's going to be floating in front of his net. Beautiful recovery onto the backboard, though. And now he'll have an opportunity for the air dribble. It's very Zen-like, straight to the ceiling. But again, Forky, he uses that sidewall and that ceiling so well to pre-jump, and he's able to you know, really control his boost when he does that.
Nafi, a couple of bumps, ends up with the ball, just gonna bully his way in. But Forky, you mentioned the mountain of a man this individual is earlier. He's showing he's been in the gym. Won't connect on that one, though, and despite the good defense, that one offensive whiff means Nafi gets to walk it in for his 4th.
And again, I always say it, this game comes down to millimeters and milliseconds. A millisecond quicker of a recovery right there. Forky's, you know, back in front of the ball anyway. Maybe not in front of his net, but between the goal and the ball. But 4-1 Nafi, starting off so strong here. I don't think he could have asked for a better start. Forky, though, very dangerous from the air. We'll find a reset. Oh no, the little tink, but a great recovery to get back.
Forky, I mean, he's done well to at least slow down the scoring, but needs to get his own offense going. That's a good challenge. The recovery from Nafi, I believe he can get back in time, but he's at a deficit boost-wise with Forky grabbing this corner. Here comes Nafi. Any sort of inches he can grab across this pitch, the better. He's just going to take a shot on Forky to his own post. and then back with the vengeance the other way. He's exiting his own half with a lot of speed, but ends up turning early. Changed his mind, and Nafi says, okay, I'll take that boost. Thank you very much. As that one off the crossbar, the pings ringing loud and true in Forky's ears. He's lost this challenge, lost the boost. Nafi trying to remove Forky, and somehow that sequence leads to Nafi scoring.
Yeah, how in the world? Oh, Forky got kind of a ghost bump right there. In the replay, it showed the bump, but it's just like a ghost touch. It kind of brought itself back. So unfortunate way to get scored on, especially to go down 5-1. Still half a game left, so obviously anybody's game, but Nafi really impressing me here.
What a good save by Forky. I thought that was going in for sure. A well-placed shot by Nafi, but he's still in the driving seat up until Forky cuts with pace. It's almost like an immediate jut upfield. He turns completely perpendicular to where his car was going previously. It's like he teleported to get to that ball, and obviously it caught me off guard, it caught Nafi off guard, and Forky cutting the lead down to 3.
Yeah, that's massive. We've seen a 5-2 scoreline the last 3 games on stream here. You know, and if I'm not mistaken, every time, oh no, it wasn't the last game, 3 of the last 4 we have, and every time it's been the one that was down that ended up coming back, if I'm not wrong here. But 2 minutes left. Forky certainly controlling the boost. Oh, that corner boost spawning perfectly for Nafi. Forky, the big reset, the big beat. Oh, the crossbar and post are the MVP, but the fake from Forky. Let's go.
That's so good. He knows Nafi only has one play. It's to dive for the bicycle shot attempt. And Forky says, I'm just going to let you do that. I know exactly what you're doing. I'll hit a quick 180 and tap this into the only place you can't be after flinging yourself across the net. Good heads up decision making there from Forky as Nafi says, okay, you can take the ball and you make sure I have boost against you. As now they'll each control their own respective halves, and Forky knowing that Nafi cheated up too far, and here we go, Zen. 5-2, Forky making a comeback, and looks like he's in control.
Yeah, cranks it all the way to 90 right there. Beautiful power. Nafi is able to get a hand on it, but too little, too late. Forky looking more like what we've seen, throughout the day. And again, I have to question, how much did that 20-minute break affect him? 90 seconds left. Oh, Nafi up super early. We'll find the dunk there, but forced to float down with 0 boost. That's going to give up possession straight to Forky. Forky opts for no reset. First touch. He's just mixing it up so well right now, and he ties it up.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback off your 20-minute break point, because there is a world we've seen 5-2s at plenty of our times, and it's coincidental that Forky was down 5-2 and coming back. But there's also an argument to be made that he was cold. And Nafi getting up to that lead that he did was because Forky was still finding his groove in the 1v1 Rocket League scene. And now that he's here, it's in dominating fashion that he's controlling the pitch. But there's still a minute to decide the victor between these two players that have found themselves at a 5-5 scoreline. And Nafi gonna get his first after Forky's found 3 unanswered.
That's big. And yeah, Mapo calling me out in the chat for the caster curse. I'm telling you, everybody says they're the most caster cursing. I'm the king of caster curses. But as Arch said, we call them caster blessings around here, because every caster curse has to be a blessing for one side. But back to it, Nafi has to win this game. I mean, it's not a loser go home, but it's the closest thing it can be to that, because Forky with that game advantage, and if he's able to have the momentum from this comeback, but Nafi stifling that, just stopping it in its tracks. Back up by 2 here. Massive goal. Big fake, big 50, big body.
Yeah, he's gone back to feeling himself. 2 goals now back-to-back where he's just been the better player.
Yeah.
Set up himself mechanically to score twice. And Forky, there's a huge grunt coming out from his end, because he's like, I just did this. I just came back. You're making me do it again. As Nafi looking to collect a 3rd. Good defense there by Forky. He's going to enable himself the chance to work his way back. Flip reset, uses it, tries to get in front. Nafi got a piece, but not enough to keep it away from his goal line and fully across that line once the ball is shown in shadows.
Forky's just too strong. That's the second or third time that Nafi gets a hand on it, but too little, too late. And I couldn't tell in the replay there if Forky actually found the bump. He was definitely looking for it, and that may have contributed to Nafi, you know, not being able to find any power. That demo's going to leave an open net. We're tied up again. And I mean, do we get to see another OT here? We've only seen one so far.
It feels like we're on track there. But there's so much time for kickoff shenaniganery to happen in 20 seconds. 4K winning this one, and we'll get the full boost. Nafi recognizing this and just says, you know what, I need to get possession as he gets the full boost, but he gets demoed. I think he will have enough time with how high that ball was in the air to respawn, but here comes Forky. A booming flick sends that one north of the bar. Now Nafi did have time to get that full boost. Can he force an OT? Forky has been toying with this ball, going from corner to corner. It'll hit the turf though, and we're all tied up. OT for the second time, for the first time this series in game. It is officially number 2.
Absolutely. And I almost never say the word overtime because then it's almost definitely not going to happen, but we do get blessed with it here. Nafi, not the power that he wanted. That would have sealed the deal. He is going to hang around with low boost here, and that's going to give Forky a lot of room. Not what you want to see. Straight pop, ground to air. Forky, air dribble, bump. Old Faithful, what else? Forky, oh my, fights back and takes the dub here. And just like that, we have to see a reverse sweep 3 in a row from Nafi to win this.
I'm glad you've just said that, because that was the point I was going to bring up myself as well. Nafi played such a good game, but once again, it's the person coming back from 5-2 in order to set themselves up for a game victory. And to come back in reverse sweep fashion,
tough,
against a player of the caliber of Forky. Yeah. I mean, you're asking yourself to play 15 minutes at least of perfect Rocket League in 1v1s, not 3v3s.
Right.
1v1s. Do you know how difficult that is? Yeah. Especially with somebody who has the mechanics of Forky's on the other side. Nafi, it's not out of the question, but man, is it improbable.
Yeah. I like to say that. Not impossible, highly improbable indeed. And I mean, I think what's going to be even harder is the first step of this, and that's taking the momentum back. You know, Forky started off down 3-0, was down 5-2, tied it up, went back down 7-5, continued to kick, scratch, claw his way back, took the dub. It's going to be very hard to snatch this momentum back. Wouldn't be surprised to see Forky with a very hot start.
Here we are. That's a good start for Nafi. If there's one way to do it, it's a clean kickoff goal. He wins it just over the top of Forky, using his car as the ramp. It's a 50 that uses the diagonal hood hitbox and just chips it up towards the ceiling. So Nafi on the board first. It only took 3 seconds, but this is what happened in game number 1. They end up losing regardless. No lead is safe from the clutches of Forky.
Not at all, and no car is safe either. He has been so physical, such a bully on the pitch tonight. I mean, every series we've seen multiple goals come from that, which isn't surprising in ones, but in the fashion Forky does it, massive.
Well, 1 apiece. 10-second delay between the two of them. Nafi wins the kickoff, but loses the race to the boost. And with Forky grabbing both of them, he has to go all the way to his own half like a dog with his tail tucked between his legs. Does do well on the save, though. Here it comes around the corner. Just a booming touch. Has this gone in? No, it's not on frame. I thought it was from the angle that I was seeing, but Forky knew better than I did. Is now going to take over and do his own aerial play. Get a flip reset, use it delayed, and it's underneath the challenging Nafi.
What was that? Let's see, gets the reset. Oh, uses the BBL reset right there. Shout out Arsenal. My goodness, what a goal right there. And we've said it. You never know. Forky's been switching up so well. It's clear that he's in his bag. You never know what to expect. Is he faking? Is he resetting? What's going to happen next? I mean, I do not feel, I'm not envious at all of being in Nafi's shoes right now. So tough to read.
Here's Nafi. Dropping that one down, trying to chip it over the top of Forky, but Forky had the boost and the wherewithal to jump at the perfect time. Has Nafi gone a bit overzealous going for that boost, going to go off his own back wall to buy himself some space and then collect some pads to get to the same boost totals that Forky is. Uses the ramp in his own net to get momentum for that challenge. Now has possession and control of the boost in Forky's half. Another good challenge. That one dropped down. Forky off his own bar. Nafi looking for the ball, looking for a demo, anything in between. It's been a good sequence by him, but he just flips out and says, "You've earned it. Congratulations."
Again, that's such a dangerous spot to be in, especially against the likes of Forky, but he does stand strong, staying very bold with low boost here, and this almost certainly will turn into an open net. It does.
Has he missed? Okay. I thought there was a world where he came up close to back out. I don't know where Nafi was, if he would have been even in a spot to challenge that, but it does go in. Forky doesn't miss those open nets. I think that was Cosmic that missed the one earlier today on stream. Forky has yet to miss one, and now Nafi need to stay diligent because there's 3 minutes between game number 4 and finishing this tournament in second place. That would have been fabulous had he connected off the back wall, but has to give up possession, and Forky allowed to take over as he opts for a delayed 50, and will chase this one to the flip side of the pitch. Faster off the side, well, still has enough boost for the double. What a save by Nafi, though.
Unreal read and save right there from Nafi. It's going to turn into a goal the other way. We talk about that high risk, high reward, and I'm with you, Mapo. I've noticed that even if you hit the crossbar, if it's slightly high, it doesn't give the doink. It doesn't give the tink sound.
Yeah, I've always associated the actual bar and like just above it as the crossbar. I know technically it's the backboard, but everybody associates it. But it's very obvious in this update. They're only counting the literal like net
bottom
outline.
side. Right, exactly. Yep.
Nafi, control in his corner. He's recognizing that any ground play hasn't worked against Forky, so it goes to the ceiling, tries to time the musty as Forky's falling down. Can't get the power behind it. Does get the bump as he side flips to get a rebound on the wall, but he loses possession with no boost in the tank. Forky just gonna drift this one in 4-2.
And Nafi, that's a few times now, not only through this series, but in this game here in the first 3 minutes, that he's really putting himself between a rock and a hard place, right? He's staying super committed with low boost, and that gives him one of two options. Do I flip away and say, hey, you earned it, as you said earlier, and give Forky all the space in the world with boost? Not a good decision, right? Or stay on top of him with no boost, which is also not a good decision. So would like to see Nafi maybe conserve boost just a little bit better, you know, as he's forced to back off again. Lucky for him, Forky's backwards. Forky gonna turn into a bump after the half flip. It's gonna be a race for that boost. Nafi does win. Might see a crazy redirect attempt here. Nah, just gonna keep possession, but again, in the same spot. 0 boost challenge in Forky.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose situation every time Nafi ends up in it, and the only way to really prevent that is just don't allow yourself to end up there in the first place. As here he is again, 0 boost challenging Forky, as Forky can really just toy with him. He does lose that race, which means Nafi can get one. A hard fought, and that for the first time panned out. I do think Forky just got a little bit too cute with this, allowed Nafi to win that race to the sidewall, and I was about to say that Father Time is not on his side, and yes, technically that's still true, but there's plenty of time to find a comeback and a game win to force a game 5 here for Nafi.
Oh yeah, as you said, when it comes to, you know, 2s and 3s, you want to give at least 20-30 seconds per goal. Oh, it's Nafi. Forky, I love that. Doesn't give him an opportunity for the air dribble bump, but wave dashes himself out of an open net right there. But still plenty of time. You know, once I think, as you said, 15 seconds, 10-15 seconds per goal is very, very doable. Nafi down into the final minute. Once the low 50 is in an awkward spot with no boost here. Gonna force to grab pennies up the middle of the pitch, and Forky trying to carry it straight into the net. Nafi, another unreal save on the goal line. His defense has been unreal all night.
It has been absolutely fabulous, but he can't break through on the opposite end against Forky. It needs to be now, and
it does.
It's gonna come by way of a fabulous flick. The amount of pace he found off his hood, using the corners of that Fennec perfectly.
Big plays right there. 30 seconds left. Nafi says it's not going to be that easy to take me down. You're going to have to fight for this one. But again, I mean, it all starts here for Nafi. If he can take this one, he's got to still win back-to-back, but the probability certainly rises as he's going to get pre-jump from Forky. Nice low 50. It will go wide, but it does allow Nafi to grab that corner boost. Forky, not surprised he sends a clinger flick upfield, but now he's going to have to grab a couple of pennies, staying in front of the net. Oh, Nafi certainly scores this. He does. He just needs to hold on for 5 seconds here, Quan.
That's so devastating for Forky. I mean, you're tempting fate with a potential game 4 and even game 5 coming your way here.
Yep.
But there's still time on this kickoff. If he can win it, and maybe we see our first true kickoff strat coming out here from Forky. He's a bit slow off the jump, but he wins it. No way.
He's gonna get it.
It's so clean for a kickoff goal, and he scores with a second on the clock. That could not have gone better.
And you could tell from that replay, he meant that was calculated right there. Nafi trying not to let it happen, but Forky perfect with that 50, pinches it right out onto the sidewall. Still a second left, so something could happen. We might see back-to-back OTs. Oh my, Forky, no chance. No.
Oh,
what in the world did I just witness?
They both go for the same kickoff stride of stalling and delaying, but Forky gets there a split second sooner, and what that means is he wins it off the top of Nafi's car, because he's flat-footed. When Forky hits that ball, it's just gonna roll off his hood. Forky takes over. I need to sit up because I'm so shocked after how that sequence has played out. Forky scores the kickoff goal with under 5 seconds left and then gets the winner with a second on the clock. Triple zeros in order to guarantee the sweep in the grand finals. How that has ended the way that it has, I am shocked by. But the end result, as you see the bracket here, Forky, highlighted in blue, gonna be your victor of the Cobalt Esports Cash Cup 1v1 number 2.
All the way through the upper bracket, through the winners bracket. And what's crazy to say, you said earlier, Cosmic didn't drop a single game, including to Nafi, to make his way to that winner final. Loses to Forky 2 games in a row, and then Nafi takes him down two games in a row. Just to come back, and Forky to come back crazy in game 1. Goes up 2-0 because of the game advantage, and then last second shenanigans. My goodness. I have to say, I think this is the best I've ever seen either of these players play, though. And Nafi not only walking away with that 100, walking away with a big dub, over Nightya and Cosmic. That's big.
Yeah, they looked good. They looked talented. Forky running away with this one, as you said, the best I think I've ever seen him.
Yeah.
And coming away in sweeping fashion in the grand finals, that's definitely a statement. Yes, he had the game advantage. It was technically a best of 3 for him, but still.
They'd still be up 2-0 right now, I mean.
Yeah. Looked good doing it. And the only game that he dropped, maybe there was some merit to us hyping up the Nightya and Forky matchup so much.
True.
Because
Yeah.
that's the only time he dropped a game, but even then was able to rebound and completely quote-unquote reverse sweep on his way to sweep out the rest of his matchups as Forky running away with this one. Congrats to you. Congrats on the bragging rights, and props to both him and I have just had a complete brain fart.
Nafi.
Nafi, thank you.
That'll happen after such a crazy ending. 45
minutes, but yeah, Forky, you're 100% right, has turned my brain to scrambled eggs.
That's right.
Even my short-term memory is not where it should be here.
And I love it. I mean, I want to go back to that wave dash at the end when they kind of did the same exact kickoff as you said and kind of stalemated. I thought the ball was going to stay on the ground. I didn't see any way that it was going to be kept up, and that's where the big brain of Forky came out, turns it into a wave dash, pops the ball up, beautiful flick. I absolutely couldn't believe it. I'm a little speechless myself, so I don't blame you at all for that, but my goodness, what an ending. And, of course, big shout out Cobalt, big shout out to Nick behind the scenes. I already said it 10 times tonight. GOAT production. Big shout out to you, man. Our first time in the booth was such a fantastic, not only tournament, but I just really enjoyed sharing the booth with you. And of course, big shout out to Mapo and Arch behind the scenes there for Cobalt.
Yep. I mean, everybody running the show here deserves a round of applause, a pat on the back. Thank you to everybody.
100%.
Zen, it's been an absolute pleasure here in the booth. Might be the easiest first cast I've ever done with somebody. It was fluid. It was fun. I had a great time, and everybody already knows who you are, but I'll give you a chance to plug any form of socials before we take off.
Well, I just say the main two definitely Twitter and Twitch. Main one certainly being Twitch, but I have a little motion on Twitter as well. Just ZenZer0 here, which you guys see me typing in chat all the time. My Twitter is ZenZer0TTV, of course, and man, for my I'm now a content creator with Cobalt. For this being my first event, couldn't have asked for anything better, man. Big shout out to all of you guys.
Yeah, we got given a treat here on the show. I'm Quanzek everywhere. I think if you just Google search Quanzek, it's such a unique string of 7 letters.
I like that, yeah.
All of my socials come up. So thank you to everybody who has watched at home. Thank you, Nick, again, Mapo, Arch, behind the scenes, and to our wonderful competitors. Congrats to you all. You put on a show. Forky coming away the victor. Second place headed over to Navi. But that will do it over for us at Cobalt. You guys have a great rest of your evenings.
When I'm with you, I can't